Hi everyone, this is Master Matt, and today we're going to go through another stretching routine, but this one's going to be a little different. Today we're just going to focus on the hamstrings, and we're really going to focus on increasing the current flexibility range that we have. If you followed along with me in any of my past stretching videos, you'll notice that we really just did one iteration of each stretch before moving on to the next one. And this is a fine method to just maintain your current flexibility or to just warm up your muscles so that you can safely perform the physical activity that you're preparing for. But what we're going to do today is going to be a lot more effective in actually digging into our current flexibility range so that we can extend it and become more flexible. So what we're going to do is only 5 stretches, but we're going to do each of those 3 times. So we're going to do 3 sets of 5 stretches. The first set, we're just going to be very relaxed, very comfortable. We're not going to push ourselves. We're just going to really introduce the stretch to our muscles so that we can feel warmed up, feel comfortable for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then we're going to come out of that, breathe, so our muscles can relax, and then we're going to go into the same stretch a second time. This time we're really going to start pushing, but we don't want to be in excruciating pain or anything like that. You're just going to start pushing your limits so that you feel what you normally feel when you're stretching. Another 20 to 30 seconds of that, and then we're going to come out of that, breathe, and then we're going to finish up with the third set, which is going to be the hardest one, and we're going to really try to drive our flexibility further and try to hold the stretch in a further position than you normally do for your stretches. You don't want to push yourself to the point of pain. Like I always say, you do have to listen to your bodies and know what your limits are. But you do want this stretching routine to be very uncomfortable because we are trying to push our limits, and it takes discomfort to get out of that comfort zone, if you will. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our standing hamstring stretch. So we're going to just cross one leg over the other, and we're going to ease down. And again, you don't want to push yourself too hard in this first set because you do need room to go further in the next 2 sets. But you do want to feel a little bit of a stretch. If you're not feeling anything, then you're not going far enough. But just sit nice and breathe and just get ready to push your limits. Very good. So that was set number 1. We're going to do the same thing again. Just take a breath. We're going to jump right into set 2. This time you want to push a little bit further. Now you want to feel that muscle being pulled. That discomfort should be starting to come in now. So just make sure you breathe, and that will start to fade away. And I don't have a timer on or anything, but it's roughly going to be 20 to 30 seconds of stretch. I'm just going to what I feel normally in my body, so you can follow along with me. Don't really worry about the time. And good. We got one more time. So this one we're really going to push ourselves in the last set. Just get a nice deep breath, and here we go. Okay, we still don't want to compromise our stretch. Now this one, when we're crossing our feet, you can't really bend your knee, which is the benefit of the stretch. But in general, just to feel like you're going further, you don't want to compromise your stretch. Just make sure in this last set that you're just pushing yourself as far as you can. If it feels like it's the same as you just were in the last set, that's fine. You don't want to overdo your limits, and you don't want to compromise your stretch. And this is only the first one, so as we get further down, then you'll feel yourself start to relax more. And very good. We're going to switch legs. We're going to do the same thing on our opposite leg. So set number 1, nice and comfortable. Just kind of letting our weight hang here as we get warmed up. Good. We're going to jump into set number 2 on the same stretch. Push yourself a little further. Don't forget to stop, or don't forget to breathe, is what I meant. Very good. Just hold that stretch. You should feel that tightness start to relieve itself. And that's when the stretch starts to feel good. Beginning is always the worst. Good. Same thing. Third set, really push your limits here. Feel that strain. It's going to be good for you at the end. And good. All right. So next we're going to go into our feet together stretch. Same thing, set one. We're going to hold it nice and comfortable. So I'm counting these 3 stretches that we are doing as one type of stretch. It's just the standing hamstring stretch. So when I say 5 stretches, I mean 5 different positions. This is just still the first one. Nice and comfortable. So now that our legs are apart, it'll be easier to bend them when you go down. So just be aware of that and try not to do that to feel like you're getting lower. And up. Breathe. We're going to go into our second set and down. So there are so many different types or methods of stretching out there. Perhaps I'll do a video on one sometime soon to kind of run through each different type, the benefits. But what we're doing now is still static stretching or passive stretching. Very good, and up. Where we're just holding a position, but there are more stretching methods where we're moving, and we can get into more of that. And down, set 3. Really push. Keep those knees straight. Should already start to feel like you're getting more flexible. Right, because this repetitive action of the same stretch is going to be a lot more effective than just doing it once. And up. Very good. So now we're going to move to the seated hamstring stretch. So same thing, same idea here. The leg is going to be straight, and we're going to reach down. Set 1, just a nice, very light pull in the muscle. So like I'm saying, if we're only going to do these one time, it really doesn't give our muscles the chance to push further. They're just getting to the point where they're relaxed. And up. Down, set 2. So they don't have that opportunity to open up. Whereas this method is going to give us that opportunity. So it's good to practice your stretches in different ways to activate your muscles differently. I would say it's good to do different things. And up. And last set. Really hold it at that last, furthest position. Because if we do the same thing with anything, like I always say, our muscles will get used to that. And they're going to stop producing results because they need to be excited in different ways. Good. So we're going to switch sides. Same thing here, other leg. Nice and easy, first set. So even if you're not an expert on what to do, just find different things, do research, and just try different things. Because it will make a world of difference physically. Up. Second set. Reach further. And even though it's tense, try to relax your muscle so it's going to feel like it's tight. Try and let that go. As hard as it is to do. That's what's going to allow your muscle to really push its limits. good. Do one more time, third set. And good. Okay. Next, we're going to put our feet together and do the same thing. So we're still on our second stretch. And we're going to go ahead and finish up with feet together. So nice and easy first set. Nice and comfortable, just to where you just start feeling that pull. And up. Second set, a little deeper. And again, I'm not using a timer. I could probably have done that to be more professional, but hopefully this is in the same range for each stretch. But if it's not, then you can just use this as a guide and build your own time frame out of it. It's really simple to get. You can just put a stopwatch on, or you can get an application that will time your workouts and give you your rest periods in between. It's easy to do things like that to keep you on a schedule. Okay, very good. We're going to do one more time. This is the deep stretch and pull. And good. All right. Next, we're going to get into what's called a downward dog position, which is where we're going to be on our hands and feet. And we're going to kind of lift our legs up behind us. So what we're going to try and do is push our heels towards the ground, and we're going to push our backwards. So I'm just holding this position comfortably until I feel a little bit in my hamstrings. You'll feel it in your calves as well. This is just going to use our weight pushing back against our hamstrings to stretch them. Okay, very good, and relax for a second. This time we're going to go deeper. You can move your hands further back to get deeper into the stretch. Try to push your heels further down into the ground. Just don't bend your knees. The more you feel that you're pushing your hips back, the more stretch you're going to get. And good. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. This is the third set. So we really want to push ourselves here, just onto that brink of super being uncomfortable. Okay, here we go. Just really try and release the tension. Feel loose. Feel your muscles relaxing as they stretch further. And good. So that was our third stretch. Next one's going to be our lying hamstring stretch. So we're going to lay on our back. And what we're going to do is lift one of our legs up and just hold it around the knee, making sure not to bend the knee. So all we're doing is just pulling back. It's nice and comfortable. This could be more effective if you had a band or something to wrap around your foot, but just grabbing your leg is fine. Good. Do the same thing, set 2, pull further. Try to keep your other foot flat on the ground if you can. Both legs straight. Pulling back. I definitely already feel looser in my hamstrings. Hopefully you do too. And good. Okay, one more time on that stretch. Breathe. This is not the most exciting way to stretch. Definitely not the most comfortable, but it is very, very effective. And I guarantee you feel a lot better afterwards. Very good. All right, same thing on the other leg. So we're gonna pull up, nice and comfortable. First set, nothing crazy. Good. Okay, set 2, go a little further. Another alternative to the band stretch of this is you can use a door frame. So you can put your ground foot through the door and then this other foot, this other leg straight up against the door frame. And you can just scoot in closer to the wall to get more of a stretch. That could also be effective in the same way. Just for demonstration purposes, this is fine. You don't have anything to use. Very good. Okay, last set. We're gonna push ourselves to the limit here, and here we go. We'll be almost finished. This is the second to last stretch we have. And good. All right, so to finish up, we're gonna do some, it's like a split position where we're like in a half split. So we don't want this leg to be all the way back. We just want our knee under us here. And we're going to lean our bodies forward onto our leg. So I'm going to put my hands down to the sides. And set number 1, I'm just going to hold it nice and easy. And remember not to curve our necks for these. Keep our chest forward. Up. Okay. You can move your leg out further if it feels comfortable, and down. A little bit further. And you shouldn't feel anything in this other leg. If you do, it's too far back, and you're more in a split than in this hamstring stretch. We really just want to focus on this front leg. and up. Okay, last set on this leg. And down. Just really drive to your limits. From the beginning of this third set to the end, it should be from pretty uncomfortable to not so bad, because that muscle should be relaxing in that time period. That's how you know you're getting progress. And up. All right, so we're gonna finish up on the last leg. We're gonna put it out in front of us. Drop down nice and comfortable. Okay, so if you're about to get into a class or just any kind of physical activity that you're doing that it requires the whole body, I would recommend you to do a more complete stretching routine like some of the ones I've done in the past. This one's just aiming on the hamstring, so we're not getting the hips, the calves, really the upper body. So this is something more to do up. Okay, second set, we're gonna go a little bit deeper. This is something more to do on the side, or just in addition to those full stretching routines. Okay, because these have different purposes. This one we're trying to increase our range. So this is not much of a warm-up routine to get our bodies ready to do some kind of activity. Now, of course, you can use this and then do another small routine after this for the rest of your body parts, because your hamstring's going to be pretty well stretched after this. But just keep in mind that this is just very focused on one specific aspect. Up. A final set here. And drop. A little bit longer. And good. Okay, so that was it. Those are our 5 stretches. Hopefully that increased your flexibility range to something more than it was when you started this. I'll go ahead and put up a side-by-side of what I was at the beginning and the end of this today. I encourage you to do the same. It's really nice to check your own progress and see results, because then that's confirmation that what you're doing is productive and it is getting you the results that you want. But this is just to show you that different stretching methods can do different things for us and have different purposes in our flexibility and in our martial arts. But the key is to try something every day, and more importantly, try something different every day and be consistent with your work, and you will see results. Thank you guys for watching, and keep training.